What's going on? Good morning. It is now Tuesday. Back from the trip on Saturday. Where are we at right now? We're running for the first time in about running on a road for the first time in about 6 weeks. And feeling pretty good, man, so far. No pain that I could tell. A little bit of soreness early on, but nothing that I could tell. So the plan this week is to get back on the road and then back on the trails on the weekend. So I think I'm gonna go 3 miles today, 3 miles Thursday, and then Saturday we'll do 5 on the trails and we'll see how it feels. And we'll kind of start there and then we'll try to build back up. Got a couple months until the race, but the legs are feeling good. And if I do it right, nice and easy, we should be in a good spot. Just like that, we are back in the old saddle. And we've had a 3-mile run today. We were back after a full week off. I didn't make a video or vlog, whatever, last week. So welcome on into this video. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna call it yet, but first things first, it is Tuesday. We hit the gym yesterday. We hit the gym on Sunday. We went for a 3-mile run today. Ease back in. How does the leg feel? During the run, I noticed like more of like a minor background soreness in the general like area that I was experiencing pain. Not bad, like not bad at all. Now that like I'm done and it's been a couple hours, showered up, walked the dog a bit, go up and down stairs a bit so you can kind of get a feel. I definitely feel something there. It's not nearly as bad as what it was by any means. And so the question that I think I have now is what happens tomorrow? And then how do I feel like, Thursday morning, and do I run Thursday morning? If I feel if I feel the way I feel right now, Thursday morning, I will not run. I'll go to the gym, or I'll just do a walk. I don't know. Maybe I'll get up even earlier and go for a big ass walk. That's the plan. So we're going to keep that going. The game plan is August is a build. September, we're going to try to push hard. And then October, like early push, and then slowly kind of chill and just maintain. And make sure we're healthy and ready to go for November's race. As long as I can run it, man, that's all I care about. As long as I can run it, that's the game. So that's where we're at. We had a trade today. Actually, I had 3 trades today. 2 that were kind of duds, and then 1 just beast monster trade on Meta. That worked out nice. So we're starting off August in the green, up a decent amount. And the plan is going to be to try to up the size a bit. Strategically, not just randomly. When the stars align, I'm ready to go. And we're going to see how that goes. I think I'm mentally ready. I've proven it the past couple of months very nicely and consistently with the green months really kind of stacking up now. And so the game plan is to size up little at a time because I think I got a good strategy and now it's time to let it work. Excuse me, ma'am. What do you think you're doing here? That's not for you? It is for you, but it's not for you right now. Look how big she's getting. Her normal, or I guess adult fur is coming in the back. She's not as fluffy anymore. She's more fluffy down here. Look at that. Yeah, you're getting old, ma'am. No, she's like a little over 4 months, like a couple days over 4 months old now. Okay, today's lunch. Don't mind the Nature's Miracle piss stain remover or whatever. The background. This is a beast. Oatmeal, we got blueberries, we got strawberries, a little bit of granola stuff, and then we got this concoction right here, which is about to taste disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. It's that strawberry shortcake protein that I had from a couple of videos back. Oh God. All right, we're gonna slug it here in a second. I gotta just try to mix up because it's really grainy. But yeah, like I said, I got it. I have 2 containers of it, so I gotta eat it. That's just my mentality. Instead of buying new protein in the meantime. So once I finish this shit, I can go buy something that tastes, or at least attempt to buy something that tastes better. Again, like I've said, I have not found one that tastes good, straight up. But are they supposed to? Probably not. Or I'll give you a better lighting shot here. Oh
my fuck. Honestly, it's getting better the more times I have it. You licking toes over there? Yeah, you're licking toes. But yeah, then I just take it all down in one shot, fucking chug it down, and then it's done. Also, I added half a scoop of collagen as well. So, clear up some of these pimples and stuff. My back is bad. I'm trying to cut out cheese, see if that helps. But the topic has come to me. So while I sit here, or while I've been sitting here eating, the rest of this week I'm going to kind of outline the thought process and the way I'm going to be scaling up my day trades going forward through this month, and then really into the fall will be like the push. That is the plan. So stay tuned. Yeah. Now it's playtime. Okay, watch this. She's getting good. Nice. All right, great lesson when it comes to sizing up that we're learning as we speak, and we're seeing it play out live. So check this out. Here are my stats on TradeZella so far for the month of August. So I'm in 3 days. It's now Thursday, a couple days later. Too many trades, I think, so far this week, but some of them were like stupid small things that I was just bored, and they really were like break evens. So there's really like 2 or 3 trades in here and 2 or 3 trades in these days. It wasn't a lot, as much as it looks like. What we got so far, our average win-loss is good. So what that's telling us is that we're losing less than we're winning, right? When we have winning trades versus losing trades, right? Then win rate right now, 40%. Skewed, there's only been 3 days. It's not as easy to tell. Also today, 6 trades, all lost. Every single one. Even though there's some tiny ones in there that I call break even, like lost like $10, all lost. What we have though is 2 days wiped out by 1, because now we're slightly red for the month. 2 green days, 1 red day. That's not great. Now, the problem is taking too many trades, A, but B, sizing. Now, realistically, I don't think it's a big problem, but the thing is, this is like a mental thing, right? I've talked about it before, but here we are seeing it happen live. What's actually happening is we start to size up. Where today I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start getting comfortable with some larger sizing. Not by a lot, but just a little bit. So let's say you trade, normally 2 contracts of, let's say you buy 2 contracts of NVIDIA calls or puts when they're around $4, right? So that's gonna be about an $800 position size. Maybe now I buy 3, now it's $1,200. So it's nothing insane, but that makes, $1,200, 10% on $1,200 is 120, 10% on, for a loss, right? Which is generally my max loss on a given trade. Whereas 10% on $800 is $80. So nothing crazy, but like now you lose 2 in a row, that's a $240 red day. You win 2 in a row, you can be looking at a $300-400 green day if things were to go out according to plan. So like, that's like the mental game of like sizing up when it comes to like the actual numbers. So the biggest thing is that you have to like bring it back. You have to bring it back when you have, because this happens to me almost every single time I start sizing up. I inevitably have a decent size red day and go, oh fuck, shit. And now I'm like thinking differently. But I think nowadays I've got a much better way of handling it. And what that is, the secret to that is your strategy. You have to know, like I have now data going back from like April through now August, okay? Of consistent, just absolutely consistent over the course of months, like weeks and months. There have been 2 red weeks since the end of April that I've had, right? When you have, this might actually be, if tomorrow's a red day or even tomorrow's break even a red, we're gonna have a red week, but maybe that's not gonna happen. We'll see, maybe we have a green day, I don't know. But when you look at it like that, I know, even if it's a red week, right? I know I've only had 2 or 3 in the past 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, whatever the time is, right? So that gives you the confidence to say, as long as I'm taking the same trades, the same type of stuff, all I'm doing is adding an extra 1, 2, 3 contracts to my position size. That's it. I'm not doing anything, I'm not changing up what I'm doing, right? And that's all. You're just clicking, instead of 2, 3, instead of 5, 6, instead of 10, 12. You know what I mean? That's all it is. So you can get crazy pissed and upset and go, oh my God, and it will mess you up mentally. And don't get me wrong, it will happen. I think it happens to everyone. And then how you respond is the key. So the key now is the rest of the month. How do I respond from this, right? Do I get into this like mental kind of game back and forth? Oh, fuck me, I'm gonna fuck it up. Well, now all of a sudden, if I now do the math, if I lose 6 trades in a row, I'm down X $1,000 or whatever, and now it blows away all the profits of the past couple months. You could go that right. You can go that route, but also think back. Hey, if I have 3 winners in a row, 5 winners in a row, if we get a really good trend day and shit goes nuts and we have a 20, 30%er, right? It's gonna make it back and more, just like when we're playing with smaller size, some of the bigger days and the green days and the consistency made back some of those losses, right? Just like anything else. So that's the approach, but you can't feel good about that, I have found personally, until like, deep down, you've got something that works. I know deep down, if I cut the shit, cut the crap, stop doing the fucking bullshit trades, let me try this, oh, I'm gonna go half size because I don't know if it's gonna work. Well, those are not trades I should take in the first place, right? That's always a constant game of making sure you're on top of your ass, because if you're not, then you're gonna falter and then you're gonna fuck up and you're gonna right back down into that spiral. Happens all the time. I've done it, still probably will do it to varying degrees. Ideally and hopefully they're not as bad and detrimental as they had been in the past. But that is where we're at. So with that said, I'm gonna check in for Apple and Amazon earnings. Are coming up in like 30 minutes now. So I just have to finish a video that I was doing, and I got a couple of little things email to do, and then I'm gonna check in on those, see how that goes. That price sets the stage for tomorrow. So we'll see what happens tomorrow in terms of market action. And if we have a good day, then maybe there's some opportunities. And if not, then maybe it's not a day to even trade it in the first place. Today was one of those days I probably could have avoided looking back, but hindsight's 2020. We move forward and tomorrow's a new day. And we'll see if it's gonna be the 3rd red day since end of April. Maybe it's not, maybe we're gonna come out green. Either way, I'll let you know. We are headed back home for the last day of the week. Let's see what happens. I am, to be honest, I reviewed last night, and I looked back and I said, okay, what's the difference between some of my best months? One of my best months was May. I think it was the best month in the past couple months. And what's the difference between that, right? And, what I'm doing now? Like, am I taking the same things? Am I doing this? Like, am I taking the same trades? What's going on? And I'm realizing that I think the problem was that yesterday was ideal for downside across a couple stocks. The only thing is that I think I only played in longs because once the market opened after about 30, 40 minutes, we were going up, right? Everything was going up, even though it gapped down. Past couple days have been down, yada, yada, right? So we had decent downside the past couple of the days prior, but the chart setups were skewed to be better risk rewards on the short side because we were closer to recent lows versus closer to recent highs and playing breakouts. So even though I was playing momentum to the upside because intraday we had it, bigger picture, we didn't have it. So that was a day where I wouldn't trade. Back in May, I wouldn't have traded. So I think I gotta be more selective across that. And that's the plan going forward. So today we might not trade. Things aren't looking good. Friday trading is in the books and we take another red day. This is gonna be the 3rd red week that we have had since the end of April. Believe it or not. Sizing is up. We are sizing larger, as I mentioned earlier in the video, but now I want to talk about the plan going forward. So we are literally seeing exactly what happens to me almost every time and what will continue to happen probably in the future and what happens to a lot of people. But now I want to be like a real life example of like how to get through this, hopefully on the plus side. So we have proven the past couple of months, 4 months, 5 months now, profitability. System works, I know it works. And now I'm like, okay, let's start sizing up. When we see valid trades, take larger positions. In a situation like today, 2 mistakes. One was I entered Tesla a little bit early. Trade ended up triggering the entry point later on anyway. but it still lost, so it is what it is. And the sizing wasn't consistent. So I didn't size properly. But going into next week, $1,000 size is pretty much going to be the set in stone way I'm going to do it. And then look to target contracts that would give me a 10% risk reward. Sorry, this thing is just, I don't know, I just have it hooked on, so that's what I got. It's pretty nice though. Really digging into my back. But what I mean by this is, so for example, right now I'm taking like August 18th, which is like the monthly expiration. It's like 2 weeks out contracts because, you know, with market right now, I'm based on risk rewards. I'm looking at if I was to play, you know, this week expiration or even, you know, the next week, they're a little too volatile. So where my stops need to be ends up being more like a 15% risk on a lot of these trades, which I'm like not comfortable with, and rather go with the 10%. So that's the plan. So if I need to go out an extra week, I'll go out an extra week, but I'm going to be playing with roughly $1,000 size, stop loss around 10%, and then take profits at 10+%. That's the plan. So right now this month win rates are bad, but it's only been like a couple of days, so we'll have to judge that by the end of the month. And then in terms of mentality, so how is the mind? How is the mental feeling when you have 2 days in a row, right, that wipe out a chunk and a half of recent gains? Because when you sign up, that's what happens. I honestly feel really good. I feel really good about it. As much as like in the past, it would make me feel like shit going into the weekend. I feel fine. I just know that I come into next week saying, hey, if I take the next 5 trades in a row that I'll lose, that's $500. All right, fuck it, $500. That's if the next 5 all lose, right? If I lose $500, okay, that's not that bad. It could be worse. So that's what you got to bring it back to. But now I'm gonna be showing P&Ls going forward, so we'll be full-fledged, ready to go. Showing full P&Ls, all that stuff. That's the plan, and I will be adjusting my account size accordingly. So with this new sizing, I want to limit myself to 3 trades per day max, right? There'll be no bullshit half size, blah, 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 no. So the trade's either good and it fits the criteria and it's worth a full size, normal size, or it's not and I don't touch it. And so worst case scenario, 3 trades max. So how do you manage this? How do you kind of force this? Well, if you have a margin account, it could be tough because you can keep going. If you have a cash account, which actually I think is a really good kind of just force stop mechanism, and size accordingly. So what does that mean? All I need to have is 3,000. There's more than 3,000 in the account, but all I need to have is 3,000. So what I'm probably going to do is cut the account off at 3K every week and reset it at 3K every week. So we start with 3K, and what we have at the end of the week, we pull out if it's more than 3K. And then eventually, you know, after a couple of weeks or a couple months of consistency, we want to up the size to maybe 1,500. Okay, great. Now we have to have whatever that is, 1,500 times 3, math off the top of my head, I don't know, 4,500, right? So now we have, you know, a larger size, and we slowly build the account that way. But there's no rush to build the account. I'm more so concerned about paying debts and also building my Robinhood account. This is more so, this is a skill for active income, not a try to compound this as fast as possible, because in reality, that's where things get a lot more difficult mentally. You start overthinking, it's like super easy to do that. So that's the plan. We'll be back at it next week, and we got a CPI week, so it should be interesting. We got CPIs coming up, and it should be a fired up week. So we'll see how the strat, how everything goes, but I think we are in a good spot. Hope you guys have a great one. Peace.